All right, guys, what is happening? Welcome back to the Ironcast. My name is Simon, and this is Madeline Snacks. All the links for our social media are down in the description below, on the YouTube channel and on the Spotify as well, because we've got it on both platforms. Everything's in the description below. My social media, Maddie's social media, a link to her website where you can see all the training programs that Mads has designed specifically for women looking at losing weight and building muscle tone. Absolutely fantastic programs there, right?
Yeah, I love them.
And of course, the link for the Ironcast Instagram page as well. So if you are listening to this and you do like it, please go over to the Ironcast on Instagram, follow the page, share it with your mates, and share the video. That's much appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh,
Amazing.
and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Plugs finished.
Yeah.
So today, what we're going to talk to you about is New Year's resolutions and how to actually stick to them and get, the results that you want. So Did you want to take us away there?
Oh my gosh. This is a topic that really excites me. We're coming to the end of this year and there's a lot of people out there who just want to know how to stick to something, because there's a lot of us who set a New Year's resolution and want to feel good and become like a healthier version of ourselves in the new year. So honestly, one of my biggest ideas and ways that I have actually proven works this year with my clients is, one big one is having a look at how far you've come from like your first photo that you've taken for your check-in. And you might use an app, to track your progress or whatever. But if you don't, even just take a photo on your phone and compare that every single week. I know that when I started my journey, I would start to take a photo every week. It was like the same day, right? Same morning. And it was so rewarding. I honestly remember seeing my body change every single week motivated me to do something more for myself, whether I pushed myself even further, whether I, just took even like a trip to the supplement store or bought like a new outfit. That's actually strategy number 2. That was one thing. Honestly, I became so addicted to gym wear, just like low key. But clothing made me feel great too. So that's tip number 2, okay? I'm just going to share those ones for now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, if they take progress pictures, they'll be able to see the progress on their journey. So it's like January, say your New Year's resolution, it doesn't matter what it is. Let's say it's like to lose 5 kilos, like whatever, right? Take your picture on January 1. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, just take it.
Literally, whatever your first day is, take your photo, because you can compare that every week. Like literally just download, there's an app called InShot, and I literally use that for all my photos, like comparison, with myself or my girls. And we put side by side photos every day, every week. And same with the guys as well who are coaching with me. There's not many of you, but there are a few of you. And honestly, you'll see changes literally every week. And compare that like always to like your first photo or even last week's, because you're going to see your body not just lose fat, but you're going to see shape change as well drastically, if, depending on what your protocols are, what your diet is, like how hard you train, that kind of stuff, you're always going to see progress.
Yeah, and absolutely. And it's like, and if you're looking at the pictures as well, and sometimes you find that you'll look at like picture 1 and then you'll look at week 2 and maybe you won't see like a massive chunk of progress, or maybe between week 4 and week 5, you don't see like a massive chunk of progress. But if you look at week 6 picture and then you look at week 1 picture, and you can see like actually how far you've come, instead of thinking like, well, I didn't change much this week. But it's, look, like I haven't changed much this week,
No
but in the
way.
last 20 years,
so much, drastically.
So we have to think about as well how far that you've actually come. So like when you're on your journey that you start in the new year, because I know a lot of you are going to be starting in the new year, and that's totally fine. Like when you're on that journey, remember to take the pictures and look at them and be like, yeah, cool. Actually, you know what? Like I've made really cool progress in the last 8 weeks, and it's that motivates you to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And I would see not much progress sometimes, and that is okay. Like, you need to know that's okay, especially when us as women, we actually don't have like a ginormous amount of testosterone either. So you have to be just a little bit more patient with the progress some weeks, but totally you're going to see progress. So just stick with it. And I promise you, like, that photo that you're comparing, this week's to, wait another couple of weeks, compare those, and then see the progress and changes.
Yeah, but always take them every week. You got to make sure that you're
Yeah.
always taking the picture every single week.
Yeah.
Like you can't
No matter how you feel.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, I'm not taking one this week. Because if you start getting into the habit of not taking the picture, then you're not going to take it. It's because you're going to get to the point where like, oh, I didn't take one last week, I won't take one this week. And then before you know it, you've gone like 10 weeks without taking a photo.
Yes.
And then you'll just keep forgetting, and you'll be that person that like has made a mad transformation.
Yeah.
And you're like, I really wish I had pictures of my transformation, but like you just kept putting it off and being like, oh, I don't like what I look like right now, so I'm not going to take a photo of it because I don't ever want to remember it. But I can absolutely guarantee you, if you like lose 20 kilos, you're going to want to look back at that photo with your current one and be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. So it's like, just take the picture at the start, keep going every week. Maybe it's every Sunday or something like that. I don't know.
Sunday's great.
And you just keep going with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as you roll out of bed, before you have breakfast, that is the time to do it. And then, by the time it's done, you don't even know what's happened. You can get on with your day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I actually have a story on that really quickly. There was a girl actually who did one of my challenges, and I actually didn't hear anything from her from week 1 to week 6. She then texted me. She never updated progress pictures, guys. This literally blows my mind every time I tell this story. But she then messaged me a photo of her comparison pictures, and she actually still had week 1's mindset because she never took in between photos, but she looked so different. She had literally lost like 10 to 12 kilos in 6 weeks and didn't tell me a thing, didn't take any photos. She literally blew her own mind. And that is one reason why, like, if you want to also transform your mindset and just become strong with those habits, like, keep taking those photos no matter how you feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you're getting them pictures done.
Oh, yeah.
But now that we know that we've established that you need to take photos and that, right? But how about actually sticking to it? Because that's one of the hardest things, hey?
Yes.
It's like actually sticking to it. And this is something that I tell people all the time, and they're like, I want to do like this style of training. I'm like, okay, cool. Why do you want to do that? It's like some guy was like, I want to do like CrossFit style training. I'm like, okay, cool. Why do you want to do CrossFit style training? Like, do you, like,
do you enjoy
it?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you like the looks of it? And they're like, oh no, look, I just look at CrossFitters on the TV and they just look all like they're in like really good shape. So I think that's what I've got to do to like, I need to really do that because they look amazing. And it's like, well, no, like you can look amazing with any training style.
Yeah.
The training style that you pick to do as well, it has to be something that you actually enjoy.
Yes.
Because, it's like, how often do you do things you don't enjoy, Maddie?
Oh, it would be like on the real rarest occasion. Okay, probably like once every 6 weeks.
Legit, right? So, and same here. Like, I don't do it. If I don't enjoy it, like, I am not going to do it.
No. No
like,
way.
Like kids, right? I don't enjoy being around kids. They're just weird.
Okay.
Like, so I don't do it. It's like school holidays. I don't go to the shopping center. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon on a school day. I don't go to the post office because that's when all the mums are in the post office with their kids. It's like if you don't enjoy something, don't do it.
It's almost like, yeah.
Don't force yourself to do something you don't enjoy.
Yeah, not entirely morbid. Like, they're just humans, babe.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I digress from the topic of New Year's resolutions.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
I think like when you say that you don't want to, there's something that you might not enjoy. So a lot of ladies, like I'll ask them, what kind of thing do you enjoy doing? And a lot of them will say just lifting weights. Like that's something I really enjoy and I hate cardio. So I'm like, all right, sweet. If we could have the results and not have to do cardio, how would that feel to you? And they're like, oh my gosh, like sign me up ASAP. And it's something that when you do something repetitively, you become the result of that habit. So if they are, going to the gym like 5 times a week to lift heavy weights, like for 5 times, like if they have also like, everything else in their life sort of dialed in to suit that goal, then that's when they're going to see the results and the fruits of basically like that habit. So
and likewise, like we know that with weight training that you can build, the muscle tone and the shape and that kind of like bikini body.
yeah,
And we know that like by just doing endless hours of cardio, you can't do that. But that being said, if you hate lifting weights and it is just the most boring thing in the world to you,
yeah,
and it is mind numbing, don't do it. Like,
literally.
and if you love cardio and if you love group fitness, if you are this,
Yeah.
you just like, I just love Les Mills classes and I just
Exactly.
love it, the vibe, go and do them.
Yeah.
Like literally, just don't get on TikTok and see like this guy with like 2 million followers saying, don't do group fitness, you've got to do weight training. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you hate weight training and you love group fitness, screw that dude on TikTok with his 2 million followers and his strange voice. Go and do your group fitness class because you enjoy it. Because I can guarantee you at 12 weeks' time, when you have been continually doing something that you don't like, if you last the 12 weeks, you won't have as good results as if you're doing something you do like. Because when you're doing something you do like, you're just going to put more effort in. You're going to be more consistent with it. You're not going
Yeah.
to cut your session short. You're not going to like miss a session kind of accidentally on purpose. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're actually going to really put a lot of effort into it. So if you
Exactly.
love group fitness, do group fitness. If you love weight training, do that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And some of the girls who have continuously done group fitness who want like a different body recomposition or, like just a better muscle tone and maybe like a little bit less fat on their body, then what I say to them is let's not cut out group fitness completely because it's something you enjoy. So let's have the best of both worlds so that you can have the results, but you can also have that enjoyment that you found through group fitness. So, like, if you enjoy something, don't completely cut it out. It's like having sweets, like, don't completely cut it out. Like, 80-20 rule for everything, moderation is key. Same with, fitness. So,
Absolutely. And that goes with your diet as well. And a lot of people, they'll set a New Year's resolution and be like, okay, cool. New Year's resolution, I've got to lose this weight. I'm going to cut out all sugar. And that's like the thing. And I'm just like, I literally just turn around and like kind of walk away, And
I
I'm
always
like,
walk away.
look,
I can't.
people like I'm going to cut out all sugar. And then like next minute they're there on Instagram, like, a day on my plate and they're eating like a banana. And it's like, okay, cool. That's got sugar in it, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, but it's different sugar. It's fructose, not sucralose.
But it's
And
natural sugar, babe. It's
natural sugar.
healthy.
It's like, nah, look, dude, it's sugar, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Don't be that person that's like, I'm going to cut out an entire food group. Don't be like, I'm not going to eat carbs or I'm not going to eat like, I'm not going to eat pasta because I've heard pasta's bad. I've heard that
Actually,
one,
a lot of people say that they think pasta's unhealthy.
I know, yeah, but it's literally just
Yeah.
like, it's wheat, right?
It's just
Yeah.
wheat. It's basically like having bread or rice.
I know, right? But it's okay. So don't be that person who's going to completely cut an entire food group out of your diet. It's like, look at your diet, what you're having. I mean, if you're like the sort of person that has like takeout 3-4 times a week, if you're
Yeah.
like the Uber Eats guy or girl, like stop being the Uber Eats guy or girl.
Yeah. I mean, I love Uber Eats to die. Like I love my takeout, but like it's really rare that I have it because it doesn't suit my goals. So, think about what your goals are and then you work backwards from there. So, what kind of habits have you got right now? Like your habits might be only going to the gym like twice or 3 times a week. So, maybe for your New Year's resolution, it's increasing it to maybe like 4 times a week in the first month. And then the next month, How about 5 times? Try that. So just one thing at a time that you improve to keep it going, because once those 4 times you continuously do, it becomes a habit. How cool is that? So once it's a habit, that's when you know it's like natural. You basically just get up in the morning and you expect to go to the gym. So
That's right. And we were talking about habits the other day because we were talking about people that would like regularly just go to like McDonald's drive-through on the way home from work. And there's like, why are they consciously making a choice to go to McDonald's drive-through on the way home from work? But like they're actually not making the conscious choice to do that. They're making the subconscious choice to go and do that. It's like their unconscious mind is saying, you know, like go and do this, and their subconscious is just then doing it. You know?
Just doing it because they feel the pull to go there, even though they don't really think they need it.
Yeah. There was a gym I worked in years ago as Anytime Fitness over in Rothwell. I think the club's actually closed down now. But there was a coffee shop across the road. And I used to go, probably lasted about 2 weeks before I was like, hold on a second, this isn't right. I'd go over to the coffee shop and I'd buy a coffee and a lemon and poppy seed muffin. Every day at 10 o'clock, I would go and do that. Wow. And it got to a point where the lady that worked there, she knew I was coming over.
Oh, yeah.
So she'd have the coffee and the lemon and poppy seed muffin ready.
Whoa.
And then I was like, why am I doing this? Like I don't need the lemon and poppy seed muffin. It was literally like costing me like $9 a day for the coffee and the muffin. It's ridiculous, right? And I was working there for like 6 days of the week as well. So like when you do the math on
every day.
You know what I mean?
That's like.
Yeah, so it was ridiculous. And I was like, why am I doing this? And I was like, because I did it once and I was like, okay, cool, that tastes nice. I'll do it again.
Nice, yeah.
And then like, I was like, yeah, that was yum. And then they were like, oh, well, next time you come, I'll heat the muffin up for you. I was like, okay. So I went a third time to get the hot one.
Of course.
Yeah. And then by that time, it was just a habit to go and do it. It was like, no, I'm off to go and get my muffin and coffee.
And how long did it take you to form that habit?
Oh, 3 days. 3 days it took, and I did it for 2 weeks before I then realized that I was what I was doing. And I was like, hold on. And it's because my unconscious mind was telling my, you know, like subconscious, like I was unconsciously making the choice, and my subconscious was going, okay, cool, let's do this. And I was like, you know, doing it. And I wasn't like consciously doing it. It wasn't a choice that I was making to go and do it.
Yeah.
It was my subconscious. I was just doing it with like accidentally on purpose without even realizing it. I'd be walking back from the coffee shop with this thing. So it's like when we talk about habits,
by the time you realized.
So when we talk about habits, it's like, you know, you can have unhealthy habits, like, you know, buying a muffin and coffee every day.
Yeah.
Or you can have like healthy habits, like, you know, just getting the coffee every day.
Exactly.
And, you know, making sure you get 10,000 steps every day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like having those kind of daily habits, those daily rituals is what we're talking about when we're talking about habits.
Another tough one I find for people is getting up earlier. And a lot of people will say to me, I don't get up earlier and I've been meaning to because that's the only time I can go to the gym. So I'm like, okay, I wonder if this is going to work for me. So I used to get up kind of late in the morning. I used to start work when I was working in corporate, probably about like 8:30, but I'd get there maybe like 7:30, and I'd always blame it on not having enough time in the morning to go before work. So I was going after work and being really tired by the time I got home. So my new habit was getting up at 4 a.m. and going to the gym. And it was so hard in the first week or so. And honestly, guys, I still use this habit today. I still wake up same time every morning. He hears my alarm go off at like 4 a.m. No matter whether I'm at the gym working with clients or whether it's my own training day and whether I have that day off, like it will always go off because I don't have kids, okay? But like at the same time, it helps my mental clarity in the morning. It is so dead quiet around the neighborhood at that time of morning. I get up, I literally just take time to have my morning coffee, sit with myself, have that time just to meditate or journal or even just color in my damn like mandala booklet and just listen to like a good podcast.
Absolutely. And that's what we do. And, you know, like we can do that because we don't have, you know, kids, for example. So it's easy for us to just get up and go. But look at your day, write your day down on a piece of paper and look at when you're wasting time. You know, like if you wasting time at like 7 o'clock at night and you sat there watching Netflix
It's easy
for
to
2
scroll
hours,
through
right?
like shorts or
Yeah,
TikToks
like
now.
if you're there on YouTube or you're there on Instagram, you're there on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever for like 2 hours in the evening, that's wasted time, right? And then it's like, okay, cool. Well, there's a gym down the road. I could go to the gym.
And look, you can even watch your Netflix on your phone if you wanted to during your session or listen
Yeah, I
to
mean,
it if you really wanted to.
if you were that way inclined,
Maybe,
but yeah, I don't
yeah.
know if that'd be a
Some people get their steps in after their session and watch Netflix. You
yeah.
can do that too.
Yeah, but you have to write it down on a piece of paper and write down your day, look at your diary and be like, okay, cool, where am I wasting time? Where can I fit in half an hour of exercise? And I can guarantee you that you can fit half an hour of exercise into your day.
Yes.
Like 3-4 times a week, you can absolutely do that. Just write it down and there'll be a window for you somewhere where you can do that. So that's definitely something for you
Exactly.
to look at and then just create that habit. It's like most of us have the same kind of plan every week,
Yeah.
same kind of routine, and it's like, okay, cool, just slot that half-hour session in
Yeah.
to your weekly routine and away you go.
I want to actually quickly ask you a question on that topic. Can you achieve your goal body in 30 minutes for a session 4 times a week?
Yeah, but it depends what your goal is as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you have to be realistic with your goal at the same time, right? It can't be like, we get it all the time, right? For example, okay, we get, male clients and female clients coming on board and they'll send us a picture. I want to look like this person. All right. And this is like, let's put it into perspective for you. Okay. I had a male, client or a male lead message me the other day and he's like, I want to look like this person. Okay. Now this young gentleman that sent me the message, he's a young kid. He's like 19 years old. And he works, in a like very labor intensive job. And then he's like, I want to look like this. But the guy works 12-hour days.
Oh,
right?
That's a long day.
And he sent me a picture of this guy who is like an online fitness coach.
So basically like slightly smaller Ronnie Coleman.
No.
Okay.
No. Well, it kind of looked a bit like Joseph Rakish.
Oh, yeah.
So really impressive shape.
Yeah.
Incredibly impressive shape, like kind of like, like Nick Franciscus kind of like, kind of look to him and that. And it's like, but this guy wanted to look like that. He's like, I want to look like this. This is my goal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, dude, like, let's be realistic. You've already told me you've only got like, 45 minutes maximum to do a workout. You can only do it like 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, yeah, that's pushing
like
it.
You're in a job where you can only eat like, kind of small meals and snack or drink, liquid food and that kind of stuff. And it's like, you have to think about it. It's like, it's not realistic for this kid to look like that.
No.
Because he's not going to get the sleep. He's going to go to work. He's got 12 hours, right? It's like, let's say he travels half an hour. This is generous, right? Let's say he travels half an hour to work each day.
Yeah.
So that's a 13-hour day, right? And then he's only got 11 hours left, right? To eat, prep food, wash, train, see his girlfriend, and sleep. It's like, dude, it's not going to happen, And we see girls as well, don't we? We get girls all the time as well. Like we get, middle-aged women who have like grown-up kids, and they'll send us a picture, and they're like, I want to look like this bikini girl, and it's like this bikini girl is like a bikini pro.
25, works in the gym,
like 25 years old. She's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like this 50-year-old lady's like, I want to look like her, and it's like, yeah, but like.
Hormones,
Like,
lifestyle,
dude, like
different body like shapes.
You've got a career. You've got a career office job where you don't work in the gym and you're surrounded by unhealthy food constantly. And it's like, this girl literally doesn't start work till 10 o'clock in the morning that you're looking at. She's got no kids. She doesn't start work till 10 o'clock in the morning. She has a couple of clients in the gym face to face, and then she trains and goes home and she gets 8 hours sleep a night. And it's like,
exactly.
If your goal is to look like that bikini girl, then you need to be able to kind of live that lifestyle. But if your goal is to, be a little bit more toned, lose a little bit of weight, and just feel better about yourself, which really kind of should just be your goal, let's be honest, then can you do that in a 30-minute session 3-4 times a week?
Yeah.
Absolutely you can.
1,000,000%.
Absolutely you can, 100%,
Yeah.
I think it's important to know that.
Yes, it really is. to know what's realistic because there's so many different kind of mixed messages on social media. Some people, it just depends on honestly who you follow, who you're looking at, and whether or not you know about what kind of lifestyle they have, or are you unrealistically comparing your life to theirs, where you've overcome and accomplished so many things in your life, but
but look, they are,
yeah,
100%. The listeners will 100% be, without even knowing it, be like, comparing their lives unrealistically to the person on Instagram. Because let's face it,
yeah,
like the person on Instagram, like the picture that you see on Instagram, they've taken 100, 200 different pictures to get to that one that you see.
yeah,
And it's also heavily filtered and heavily edited before it's loaded up as well. So like, yeah, I would say that 100% that, 99% of our viewers are doing
totally.
that. Yeah,
Social media is the devil for it. Like,
it's horrible. I've actually deleted the Facebook app. I don't have the
yeah.
Facebook app anymore. It's just like, no, not a fan.
Look,
Not a
I
vibe.
love Facebook for the girls and the community and like our team, and really just to keep in touch with that. But social media is it's an interesting one when you go onto social media and compare yourself, and especially with bodies, because honestly, who posts a bad picture of themselves?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah, so, but all that being said, and we're talking about like, your realistic goal and all that kind of stuff, and I want to talk to you about something that I was thinking about the other day, and it was like how long it actually takes you to make progress as well, and it's like not talking about how long is it going to take you to lose 10 kilos, and not talking about how long it's going to take you to look like, Ronnie Coleman or something like
Yeah.
that, because we know Zark wants to look like Ronnie Coleman from the last podcast as well. But people will be like, oh, how long did it take you to achieve that? And Mads is like, oh, well, from my start photo to now, it was like, like 4 years or something like that. And people are like, oh, wow, it took that long.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that. It takes too long.
Takes
And that's,
too long.
it's like, oh, that's the response. It's like, I'm not, no, it takes too long. I'm not doing that.
It's like they just instantaneously give up. And I
Yeah.
had another girl ask me the other day about one of our client Chloe's transformation, and I said to her, look, it's taken her just over a year with me to achieve like where she was at, and she'd only been training for about 5 months probably prior, with no kind of real, I guess, direction or any knowledge about lifting or nutrition or anything like that. So when she came to me, it was almost like a blank slate. So it was amazing to work with, 21-year-old girl with like the willingness to lift heavy, and she loves it. So 1 year now has gone by, and her transformation is insane. So guys, go onto my Instagram and have a look at hers. Her username is Chloe Millet. I think it's XX.
We'll link
anyway,
it in the description.
in the description, yeah.
But people they'll see that. They'll see like the 1 year transformation or your 4 year transformation or
Completely.
Whatever, like, like Nick's like 10.5 year transformation, where it's like, oh, it took that long to achieve that. Oh, that's too long. I don't want to do that. And it's like, well, here's a tip, right? Here's an industry secret for you right now. That time is going to happen anyway.
Totally true.
Like if it's going to take you a year to look the way you want to look, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to do it. It's going to take me 12 months. That's too long. It's like you realize that 12 months is still going to happen regardless of if you're doing that transformation or not. That 12 months is still going to pass you by. So you may as well just do it.
Just do
like,
it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, it's going to take too long to,
That's what I said at the beginning of my journey. I was like, well, what else am I going to do anyways? Just go in the gym and try and just waste time. Like, I may as well get a plan and some kind of like direction of moving in the right direction that I wanted to be moving in. So as soon as I had that, I was like, amazing. I'm just going to do it, because what else would I be doing otherwise? This makes me feel good.
Absolutely. Like, someone's got to do it. Why not you, right?
I know.
Yeah. So
I actually had an obsession, not an obsession, but I had a habit at the beginning of my journey of waking up, having like, back in the day, it was like an oxy shred for me. And then I would go and walk on the treadmill, and that was my morning ritual. And then you'd probably see me back at the gym. This was like my first year of gym, by the way, guys. I'd be at the gym like twice a day,
but
kind of unhealthy, but
that's okay though
yeah,
to go to the gym and get your steps in because you're in a sedentary job.
I
And
was.
you know
I
that's,
was, but yeah, I was in a sedentary job then, so it suited me.
yeah, no, absolutely, and that's okay. And it's like that's the habit that we were talking about earlier as well. So the key thing here to remember is to get yourself into a habit of doing something that you enjoy.
Yep.
Measure your progress with some progress pictures.
Yeah.
You know, and just enjoy the process and be patient with it.
Totally, totally. And just make one more step every week to improve something.
Absolutely. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in. That's us it for today for another week. We'll have another episode Monday next week for you.
Totally. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this episode. We will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Peace out.